Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today, and thank you for joining me in Pootles Advent Countdown. These are 24 projects coming out to you, 2 a week, all the way through and into December. We're on number 9 now, and at long last I'm bringing you an Advent calendar. This is the 4th year I've brought an Advent calendar out to you. I think I've done more than 4 though. I've done one in a class that you can still access as well. But every year I come out with a different style of Advent calendar for you, and this is the one that we're going to be having this year as our family. Now you can own these are little envelopes inside, and I'm going to show you how to make a variety of sizes of envelopes without having to worry about measurements. And to use up scraps, and I'll be doing that on Friday, so this is kind of part 1 of 2. But inside there would be little sheets of paper with activities, and that's what we do as a family. We do an activity every day rather than eat chocolate or have little toys and treats and stuff. Hey, you know what, there's 4 children. I haven't got space to hang up 4 chocolate advent calendars, and we love the activity thing. So on my blog on Friday, to go along with the advent envelopes themselves, I will give you a huge long list of all sorts of the activities that we do and that you could do. But today I'm going to make the box for you, and it's just quite simple. It's got beautiful sloping sides. Show you how to do that. This great sentiment: may the simple joys of the season be yours, because we do keep it simple. Heavily decorated house, but we keep our activities quite simple and something that we can all do as a family. So let me move that out of the way. Sheet of cardstock, 12 by 12 inches. This is the beautiful Emerald Envy. I absolutely love this colour. The paper pack is the Presents and Pine Cones, and I said the other day that I was going to do a home decor piece that matched my kitchen. Well, my kitchen is chocolate brown and very, very, very pale green. Not apple green, it's sort of it's not even peppermint green either, but it's a lovely soft pale green, and that would be my phone. And this is where our activity calendar is going to be. It'll be in the kitchen, so I wanted to make something that matched my kitchen. Obviously tailor-make it to yours. So 12 by 12, 30 by 30 centimetres. So if you are a metric person, trim it down, because 12 by 12 is equal to 30 and a half. And then on the first side, score it at 3 inches and 9 inches, which is 7.5 and 22.5 centimetres. And then on the next side, you're going to score it at 2 and 10 inches, which is 5 and 25 centimetres. So 2 and 10. And the kind of activities we do as a family, I'll chatter away while I'm folding this up. We do things like, one day it will be making mince pies, another day will be going to look at the Christmas lights in the area, another day will be, oh gosh, it could be going to Nana's house to make mince pies. My mum makes an amazing mince pie. I can't bear the things myself personally, but she makes remarkable mince pies. You know, those kind of things. We'll have a Christmas disco once the Christmas tree goes up. That's an activity that we put on our list. Decorate the Christmas, you know, decorate the house. And the children have their own trees, tiny little trees in their bedrooms. And yeah, we'll have a Christmas disco will be one night. So all sorts of things like that. And we love it. Done it for years now. Okay, so this is my sheet of cardstock. So on the left and the right, I've got the deeper parts. And so I've got these shorter ones here. This is where you cut this side here. So cut straight down the rectangle and then wedge in just that bit there, not that one, just the inside bit. And this is how we're going to get this lovely sloped side, or how we're going to create our lovely sloped side. And depending on, you know, how big you make your little envelope pouches to go inside, mine are all a variety. And like I say, I'll show you on Friday how to use up scraps of paper and random bits of paper to make different sizes. You could make your box smaller, it doesn't have to be this size, or you could make it even square, or, you know, with the sides all the same way around, but I actually like this sort of sloped bit. Now let's get the DSP on. 7 3/4 by 2 3/4 an inch, which is 19.5 by 7. And again, this matches my kitchen. The emerald doesn't, but you know, I'm going with the Christmassy colours. And I absolutely adore green anyway. If my boys say to me, "Mummy, what's your favourite colour?" I'm hard pushed between red and green. Kind of like both of them. So, okay, so they're on there. So that's the front and the back done. These parts are going to fold up and we're going to stick them down. Now it would look like that. That's kind of a bit like a berry basket, which I don't want. I do need to cut off there. So you only want to put adhesive on that part, which is basically the bottom half of your tabbed part that is closest. It's on the inside. It's not the outside half, it's the inside half. So I've got my fuse here. So it's just the inside part closest there. Do that all the way around, because if you did it any higher it would be all on show. So all I'm doing is I'm folding it up and I'm making this loose edge meet up with this inside edge. Keep going around. And you know what, if you didn't want to use this box as an advent activity box, you can use it for something else. It's a great size box. Now let's be brave and cut. Oh, I've got focus. Thank you. Turn the autofocus off. What I've got here, what I want to do is I'm going to cut from this corner down to that part, and yet you just have to be brave. It's not a great distance, so if you've got a good quality pair of craft scissors, and you can cut it all in one go. She says, with a camera in her way. But yeah, you can cut all in one go. There we go. So all done, and it is a nice box. You could put treats in there. You could make a little mini hamper, couldn't you? Oh, that's a good idea. Ooh, maybe that would be another project. But yeah, you could put little sweets and treats and mini mince pies or mini Christmas puddings and stuff in one of those. You'd probably want to reinforce the bottom a bit. Love it. Oh, inspiration as we go. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I measure and cut for a sentiment, because this one on the front, I love it, and I'm going to use it again. And it's from the matching Christmas pine stamp set. May the simple joys of the season be yours. Now, I've got the measurements. I haven't written the measurements down because I want to show you how I measure up. So this is the one I want. It's totally see-through, and I'm sticking it on my grid paper down in the bottom left-hand corner. So my white piece, well, if I went for 2 inches, it's going to be too small. So I want it to sort of suspend in the middle. And all I'm doing is kind of fiddling around and positioning it and thinking that would be quite good. And if I grab a pen, I'm reckoning that might be a good part to do it, and that part. So it would fit pretty nicely inside there. So that's 2.5 by 2 3/4 inches. I turned over my grid paper. I'm going to have to write that down somewhere. 2.5, 2.75. We Brits are lucky, actually the Europeans are lucky. We have grid paper that is metric one side and imperial on the other. So I could do exactly the same over here and just position it where I think it might go okay. So what do we reckon? About there, 6.5 by 5. I'm going to say, yeah, 6.5 by 4.5 I reckon would be about good. 6.5 by 4.5. That's a pretty good size for me. So that's how I work it out. So that's the one that I'm going to stamp on, and I'll cut that out. So let me just flip it back to imperial and position it up. So what did I say? 2.5. I've lost the stamp now. Did I leave it stuck to something? Oh no, it's there. It's on my snail. 2.5 by 2 3/4. So I've got a scrap of Whisper White, so which is not big enough. Let's get another one. Okay, here's my scrap spin. So 2.5 inches, cutting off to there by 2 3/4. Now, depending on whether you work in metric or imperial, is that right? Oh no, 1 3/4. Didn't think it looked right. 2.5 by 1 3/4. So that's the bit I'm going to stamp on. My green bit going round it, if I was working in metric, I'd make it 1/2 centimetre bigger. So I would take it from whatever I said before. What did I say? So I said 6.5 by 4.5. So I would make my green layer half a centimetre bigger, so I'd make it 7 by 5. When you're working in imperial, make it 1/4 of an inch, so I would make this up to 2.75 by 2. And because this is worked in imperial, I'm going to stick with it. So 2 inches by 2 3/4 gives me perfect border. There we go. And that's how I do it. So I take my stamp, and I do take clear, the clear mount ones, which are red rubber, and do exactly the same principle, but it happened to be that for me to demonstrate this today, I happen to be working with photopolymer. So what block have I got? I've got a C block, the most versatile stamp block we have, I think. Right, what colouring? I'm going to go for early espresso on this one. And I'm just lining it up on my grid paper again. I'm trying to look over the top of it, but without getting my head in the camera. Not quite right. Let's lift that up slightly. There we go. That's better. I did go with cherry cobbler on the original one, but early espresso works as well. Onto there. And then I want to get my ribbon on it. So we have a 2-pack of Emerald Envy and Cherry Cobbler. I put Cherry Cobbler on the original one and stamped in Cherry Cobbler. So I don't know which one I'm going to go for. This has only got the tiniest little bit of red in it, so I don't know that it's going to go as well. Ooh. Decisions. I'm going to go with a Cucumber Crush, just for difference. Big long bit. I love these ribbons, they are so luxurious. You can see how much I love them. I've just finished it off. Okay, I'm gonna have to, oh what a shame, I'm gonna have to order some more. Really hope I don't need it in another project soon. This is where my bow tying abilities is really challenged, because I'm not very good at it. So I'm going to tie a knot. I'm still working on these theories and practices of the best ways to do bows. This is probably going to go all over the place now. Oh, it's not too shabby, not too bad, and I've still got a little bit left over. That's quite cute. And then this, I'm just going to tuck in, whoops, tuck into the top. Obviously, I'm going to have to go the other way round on this one. Let's slide it down a bit and tuck it in there. So I only want adhesive really on this little part. May the simple joys of the season be yours. And that is my first part. So come back on Friday. I'm going to talk you through how to get really quirky sized envelopes. There's all sorts of different sizes in here. And how I stamped and punched 24 numbers in seconds. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. Hope to speak to you soon. Bye.